country church that brings me closer to my Savior. Little bit of heaven, a whole lot of love left behind.
Well, good morning and welcome to Rise and Shine this morning. It is a lovely, crisp morning out there. We were just talking to Ryan here. It's a perfect morning for a sweater. So it's a little bit chilly. It's not like it's been these other mornings. So if you need to grab a sweater before you go out the door to work, do so. Sun's not up yet, but I think it's working on it. Maybe. I didn't see it in my eyes this morning as I was coming out Route 40, but we're so happy to be here this morning. I'm Joyce Gordon. I have a familiar face with me, and we're going to talk about some exciting things that are going to happen tomorrow.
Absolutely. Hi, good morning, everybody. And I'm Officer Ryan King, Community Resource Officer with Rocky Mount Police Department. Thank you once again for having me on this morning.
Right, I'm looking in the monitor there, and those blue eyes are just shining like they really look bluer than what they are. That's the first time I've ever noticed that. We're so glad you're here this morning, Ryan.
Well, thanks for having me.
Well, you want to talk about what happened the other week?
Oh gosh, we've had everyone knows we've had a busy time, this past summer really. But National Night Out, we just had it on Tuesday, August 6th, and it was we had a great turnout.
Really,
I appreciate you. I saw you were there, and and we love seeing our community, and it was a successful event, of course, and everyone keeps on coming up to me telling me how much they enjoyed it. So we appreciate everybody that showed up and showed their support and participated, all the vendors, the sponsors, everybody. It takes a lot to get something like that, and behind the scenes especially set up and organized. So
say thank you for all the work. I know how much work it goes into getting something like that together, and then getting everybody there on time, and then the band played, and they presented the flags, and then the band played. That was lovely, and food was good.
Yeah,
we appreciate those churches and people that donated all that good stuff.
Absolutely.
And then I went down into Central Gym where they had all these stations. You wouldn't believe all the people they wanted to be on Rise and Shine. So I got all kinds of guests coming.
Fantastic.
From that. So, and I was just very impressed by the equipment. And I've said this before, the equipment that Franklin County has. That was the most gorgeous big boat that they have for water patrol on Smith Mountain Lake, and the fire trucks. And I'm like, oh, and I've said this before too, I get to see what's on Chicago Fire up front and personal. So it was a really nice event.
It really was. And, it's great to see the Department of Wildlife Resources out there with their equipment. And of course, all the agencies bringing out their toys. I call them toys. And because not only do the kids love them, but the adults as well, that we're right up in a lot of the equipment, and getting to see what our community has, in time of need, all the things that we do have. And even the helicopter, everyone loves seeing the Carillion helicopter come out and land, and people they were amazed that they opened their doors, you could go and sit in it, and so it was just a great event. A lot of folks are like, I can't wait till next year. I'm like, oh, absolutely. And so we like to thank, of course, the Franklin County High School and Franklin County Public Schools for allowing us to really take over take over the grounds. And so we good event, and we couldn't hold it without them. So we appreciate it.
Well, it was nicely set up, and it had the little ramp there. I had my little go-kart, and I could just get right down to the gym. And I know a lot of work went into planning this and getting all these agencies. So we just can't thank you enough. And I know HL had probably a hand in getting that done. And I'm hoping that us having you all on Cable 12 as many times as we did promoting it helped with your attendance.
Well, absolutely, and we appreciate that. H.L. Nolan, me and him went out and promoted this thing and planned it. And, it's the little details that go into something like that that really matters. You mentioned about the handicap ramp and making sure that we wanted everybody to get to enjoy the event. And so those little details make a difference.
It does. I mean, I'm always asking if when something's coming up, is it handicapped accessible? I never thought about it before until I lost my leg. And I mean, I can do steps, I don't like to do steps, but I can.
Right.
My pressure tank went out this past Sunday, so I had to have that replaced Monday morning. And Joyce went down her steps for the first time in I don't know when.
Yeah.
But anyway, I got down there and got back up, so now I know I can do it.
There you go. That
What was it?
confidence. Build that confidence.
The little, what was it? The little engine that could.
Right.
Well, the big engine went down the steps.
That's right.
Well, that was great. We'll talk a little bit about the ag fair.
Yep.
We're not sure on numbers.
I'm not sure on numbers, I mean, I know the weather and things, kept some folks out, but, overall, people enjoy going to the ag fair with all the setups and things that they have out there. And plus, I like going to get the ideas and things, because one of the fire departments out there had it where the little kid, you saw the line of kids sitting there with the fire hose, squirting, squirting a target. And it was spectacular. So I'm like, so there's an idea.
Yeah. Well, networking and getting ideas is what it's all about.
That's exactly right.
I didn't go in. We were running late going to my class reunion, but my left a little snack for Dr. Martin, who was going to be working at a table. But I did take my pickles down on Tuesday and or did I take them Monday? Monday, they judged them on Tuesday. I won second place for my pickles. Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't know how they taste.
Well, maybe next time I'll bring a sample.
I'll hold you to it.
Well, my boyfriend took them and his family tasted them, and they are called zippy sweet pickles.
Okay.
So you would expect them to be what? Sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they are.
That's
the
great.
last batch, I bought little cucumbers this year instead of the regular size. And boy, she had them packed in that box. Well, it filled my 5-gallon crock up to the top. So I canned 14 quarts of pickles Sunday morning.
Yeah.
And that makes my second batch I've done. And they are sweet. They are sweet. That's what I put in my chicken salad. People kind of know me for my chicken salad.
Right.
And what makes it is those homemade pickles.
Well, we'll have to try that too. So, that's the thing, anytime you talk about pickles, reminds me of Andy Griffith's show with Aunt Bee and her pickles. But your pickles aren't like that.
No,
So
they are.
I've heard about your famous pickles. So
And even the pickle juice, you don't throw that away either.
That's right.
because I use that in something. I'll never forget last year I had Josh Grace on here, and he loves my pimento cheese with the jalapenos in it. And he's like, "Will you teach me how to make it?" And I'm like, "No." I'm not going to get ready to kick the bucket. No,
That's
I'm
right.
not going to give away my secret.
it's a secret. That's right.
But it
That's
was
right.
all kinds of, I saw as I took down my jar of pickles dinner, this huge pumpkin, there were dried flowers and everything people were bringing to showcase their wares from what they had grown.
Yes, ma'am.
So I think that part was a huge success.
Yeah.
So I look forward to next year and see what I can conjure up.
Well, that's, I love, part of my job is sometimes I get dragged into being a taste tester.
I knew you were going to say that.
Yeah.
How did I know that?
Yeah. So there you go. So it's a really, man, I've tasted some good, there's a lot of good cooks out here.
Did you get any cucumber sandwiches when you were at the social house?
I did not. Yes, I did. Yes, I did. Matter of
that's
fact,
my
because of your
best
retirement, that was your retirement party. That was fantastic. You know what? The food was great. I mean, the atmosphere was awesome. And
Fun.
yeah,
Fun.
it was fun.
Well, I left some people out, and I saw some people at National Night Out, and they're
Yeah.
like, "You didn't invite me. I feel like I need to have another one and invite the ones I didn't get the
Have
first
to have
time."
another one.
Hey,
Yeah, that's right.
I think my name, on Andy Griffith, you speak of Andy Griffith.
Mhm.
What was the guy's name? Something, I said, my name is Joyce P. Gordon, Joyce Party Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
What was the guy on there that had initials in his name? He wasn't the one that ended up in jail all the time. Oh, well, I'll think of it. All right, well, we got something important coming up tomorrow.
We do. You got me thinking about that character. I'll think of it here in a second. And tell you. But yep. So
You're way younger than me.
I know. Ernest T. Bass.
Yes.
And is who that is.
Yes.
But yes, so I talk about Franklin County Public Schools, thanking them, of course, for National Night Out. But they have been busy, for the last week. And so, yes, tomorrow is the big day. We've been talking about fill the bus. We're leading up to it. And so first day of school tomorrow in Franklin County Public Schools. And so with that being said, watch them school zones. We get spoiled. Everyone gets spoiled, during the summertime because them school lights aren't going, but so watch those school zones, school buses. You're going to have kids waiting on school early, so keep that in mind. If you leave early for work,
And
you
you
know,
should leave
and
early.
you should, make sure that you leave even earlier, because you're going to encounter some school buses. You're going to encounter, some more, increased traffic, of course, because, and so we want everybody to be safe, so just, hey, watch your speed, pay attention, and just, it's exciting. The first day of school is always exciting. And I always say this too. If you have a Facebook page, social media page, watch out for tomorrow is going to be where the first day of school and all the kids' pictures and things like
Right.
that are going to be on there. Just keep in mind, make sure that when you take pictures of your children, no one needs to know what school they're going to, so make sure that you are careful not to put your children's information out there, and so,
Well,
little bit
I've
of tidbit.
noticed in working in the school system,
Mhm.
and sometimes people put the children's names on the outside of their backpacks.
Right.
I don't think that's a good idea either. Put the name on the inside.
That's right.
Because, if, God forbid, anybody that would want to come and pick up a child and say, hey, little Mary, because they saw Mary on the
Right.
outside of her backpack,
That's right.
put the names on the inside.
Correct. And that's the thing. Just keep keep your child safe just by you. That is a great tidbit of information right there. You don't need, it's so easy for a child, to, encounter somebody that thinks they know your parents, or they could give off that, hey, I know your mom, I know Miss Joyce, and you're you're exactly right. By putting something so simple, because people don't think about it, you put the child's name, where it's not visible, but they know where, because really the reason why you're doing that is because you don't want them to misplace their backpack.
Right.
And so you're putting it in, but, so it's, privacy for not only your child, but I tell adults this all the time, and parents this, when your child is growing up, you're responsible for them, and so all those pictures that you're putting, on your social media page, yeah, you love them. I do the same thing because, there might, I have children of my own as well. But as they grow up, you start thinking about it after the fact, going, because they're like, Daddy, I don't like it. That picture on there of, when I was a kid, and all this. And I get that, so just keep that in mind. What you do now may have some implications in the future, like with like putting pictures of your, everyone loves vacations and stuff like that. But just keep in mind what you're putting on social media, it's on there forever.
Right.
Once it's there, it's there.
What I never do, if I'm going on a vacation, I never put it on Facebook that I'm going to the beach.
Correct.
Maybe when I come back, I might put a picture, but I don't want anybody to know I'm gone.
That's right. And the reason why I bring this up is, you see a lot of people that are like, hey, I'm at the beach right now. Well, okay. Well, the thing is, if folks know you're at the beach, they know no one's at your house, and so you're making yourself an unnecessary target is what I tell folks. So just watch what you put on there. I know it's a lot of school pictures going to happen tomorrow. There always is. First day of school, and I understand that, but just keep in mind, don't put your address on there, watch watch the background, make sure there's nothing, you don't have something, because that could be zoomed in, technology is fantastic now. So just be careful. That's all I'm asking, just a little tidbit of information, because I know tomorrow is a special day.
Right.
And so just, keep that in mind.
They had business day or open house yesterday for them to go and pay their fees. I got a little email, said they missed me yesterday. I said, what I will miss the most about being retired is the people.
Absolutely.
And I always referred to, not the Giroux Center faculty, but our family, because being there for 22 years, a lot of them became like family.
Oh, absolutely. Well, it's just like law enforcement. When you're in law enforcement family and first responder family, you get to know everybody, and for years, it's faces come and go, but friendships last forever.
Right.
And so that's the thing. So 22 years, you've seen a lot of kids coming. Well, start their first day of school, and into their graduate, being they're adults now.
Right. Well, what's kind of cool is I'm in the Lions Club, and we always give a scholarship. So I get to go to the high school when they have senior night.
That's great.
And then these kids have grown up. And what I tell them is, you've come a long way, baby.
Yeah,
You were
that's
in
right.
eighth grade. I remember when Dr. Beasy was principal in my office. My desk was out front, and if you got in trouble, you had to sit in front of my desk before you went in to see the principal.
You're right.
And so I'd peep around my monitor. I'm like, what did you do?
Right.
And sometimes we'd have frequent flyers, but for
Right.
the most part, there wasn't a lot of discipline, but
Right.
sometimes it's the same old ones.
Same old ones.
I
You're
told them I was going to put them to work in the office. I thought they were on payroll because they showed up every day.
Yeah, get them to lick envelopes or put stamps on things.
They
make
ended
'em
up
work.
cutting their tongue, and then they would talk double as much. That's what my mother used to tell me. She didn't want to cut it because I would talk double as much. But we do want you to be careful in the
Absolutely.
morning. It was not quite light when I came out this morning.
Right.
I don't know what time the buses start running, but be careful of those children standing at the side of the road. They're going to be excited tomorrow, probably going to be running to get on the bus. Just so excited to go back to school.
It is. It is.
And we've talked about this before. If you have a median in the middle of the road,
Right.
you do not have to stop if you're oncoming traffic when there is a bus.
Yes, if you got that barrier. Yeah, that's correct. But
But
no barrier, stop.
Now, like on Route 40, there is no barrier. So if you see a school bus stopped and you're in the oncoming traffic, you must stop
Yes,
also.
absolutely.
Then North Main Street is another example.
Yes.
Right there at the Giroux Center. If you see a bus and there are children that live along there, you have to stop if it's oncoming traffic when the bus is stopped.
Yes. So I like to tell especially in town limits, you have to stop for the buses. There's not anywhere in the town limits where there's a barrier. So if there's a school bus stop, you need to stop.
Yep.
And also I like to tell folks, those buses do have cameras.
Yes, they do.
Inside and outside. So, just keep that in mind. If that bus is stopped, them lights are going and that stop sign's out, and you're like, and you go by, it's going to catch you on camera. And they're really good.
You're going to get a phone call.
Yep, they're really good cameras, and we do get phone calls on it. The school bus drivers, my hat's off to you. You guys do a great job. We appreciate you. They keep those children safe. And,
And that's what we want.
and that's
We
what-
don't
that's
want
exactly-
any accidents or any fatalities. We want this to be a great school year.
Absolutely. So, like I said, just leaving enough time. Leave yourself enough time where you're not going to be late for work and get in a hurry. And just keep in mind there's going to be children at their bus stops waiting, and and tomorrow's the first day of school, so it's
And we
exciting.
do want to just touch on the new cell phone policy.
Yes, so you're exactly right. They can't use their cell phones or any.
Well, from the time they get to school until the end of the day, they cannot have their cell phone out,
Yes.
cannot have it on. They need to make a phone call, come to the office. They can either use one of the office phones or maybe use their cell phone in the office. But this is a new mandate from the governor.
Yes.
And they do say that, when a child's in class and they get that phone out, it breaks their attention.
Yeah.
And then they're not learning like they should.
Right.
There
So,
was a book that somebody told me they read. I talked to a lady. Well, I had to go to the hospital when I had a nosebleed, and she was so glad that they had implemented this new cell phone rule, and her children were just little. But she had read the book that Dr. Sears had read. I can't remember the name of it, but they were on talking about it a few weeks ago. Also, dress code.
Yeah.
It's just same dress code as it's always been, but they're going to enforce it this
Right.
year. Take a look down before you leave. No tummy ticklers.
Yeah.
Tummy's got to be covered up, and you got to be covered from shoulder to shoulder.
yeah.
And mid-thigh, if you have a hole in your jeans, it can't be past mid-thigh.
That's right.
Shorts have to be down mid-thigh. And so, we got a lot going on, new things. I mean, this is not new.
It's
but
not.
since COVID, they're just enforcing it.
Absolutely. The thing is a lot of folks, this isn't anything new.
No.
I mean, when I was in high school, there was dress code. When you were in high school, there was dress code. There's always been a dress code. So, I don't want folks to, get wrapped around the axles, about it. There's policy. And of course, I don't know the policy of the school system, by heart. I know a little bit, just like you. So just look at that policy, look at the rules,
You go to
and
the,
look at that packet.
You can go to the website, frco.k12.va.us, and pull it up, and the policies are right
Yeah.
there on the website.
Absolutely.
A child, when I was in school, the
Mhm.
dress code was we couldn't wear slacks.
Oh, okay.
Even we had to walk. Now, we didn't have bus
Right.
and had to walk to school. And
Uh-huh.
my girlfriend, my close friend, we've been friends for, since 5th grade.
Mm-hmm.
She lived way, way up north of the town.
I got you.
And she had many blocks to walk. So if she put on slacks under her dress or skirt or jumper, when she got to school, she had to take them off
I got
because
you.
you could not wear long pants. Now, we're talking ancient times because I'm so old.
Yeah.
But that was one of the policies. I mean, when you talk about dress code,
Right.
that was one of the things.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Well, exciting. Tomorrow's first day of school. It's going to be great. Just everyone be careful.
Well, we had Dr. Johnson on Monday talking about absenteeism.
Okay.
So if at all possible, and if your child is sick, no, you don't want them in school.
No.
But encourage your child to get up, get ready, have some breakfast. But now they do have free breakfast
They
and free
do.
lunch. So there's no excuse, and a child works better if they've got something in their tummy. And
Mhm.
they have even second chance breakfast if you don't get to school
Right.
in time. At
Oh, it's
school,
fantastic.
they have second chance. Gosh, we never had that.
No.
I mean, that's like a snack.
Right.
So, and I don't know what it is, but I know they have, they used to. Now, whether they still have those good pretzels, I don't know.
Yeah.
But anyway, no excuse for a child to go hungry because of the new programs in the school. So we just want to cover everything so everybody will have a great year
Absolutely.
and go to school, be on time.
Mhm.
And I always tell people my senior year, I did not miss a day of school
Mm-mm.
because I was afraid I would miss something. I wanted to be
Right.
there.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, high school, that's, I know people are so, folks are, my children were always eager to graduate high school. And it's funny, it took a couple years now, but, my daughter said, Daddy, sometimes I wish I was still back in high school because being an adult, sometimes it's not fun.
Well, when you're in school, before you graduate, your parents are kind of taking care of you.
That's
They're
right.
kind of providing for your needs. And once you graduate, now you may be going to college and they still may be doing that. Or you may be getting a job and you're on your, kind
Correct.
of on your own.
Yeah.
And you're earning your own way.
That's right. That's right.
I graduated from college on Saturday and went to work on Monday. My dad was in the hospital and my mom was with him. He was having brain surgery. He'd had a stroke. Somebody had to work.
Yeah.
So, graduated on Saturday, went to work on Monday.
That's right.
Been doing it ever since.
That's right.
But that's okay too.
Yeah, absolutely.
People say, what are you going to do since you're retired? And I'm like, are you kidding me? I think I've had one day. I may have stayed in my pajamas all day, but 3 days a week I get ready here, and I'm here by 6:45. So I'm up and at 'em. And then Tuesday and Thursday, they're my going through old paper days.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, we've gotten off the subject a bit this morning,
Yeah.
but it's always good to chit chat.
It is. It is.
And we're so thankful for you coming every third Wednesday to fill us in
That's
what's
right.
going on. We have some things coming up.
We
We're
do.
gonna put this on our calendar. Want to talk about it for a minute?
Yeah, we'll talk about it for a minute. Family Fun Day. So that will be next month, September 28th.
Third.
September 23rd. See, I already got it wrong. I'll show the flyer. We'll be putting these things on our social media page, of course, Rocky Mount Police Department, Virginia, Facebook and Instagram page. So, we'll talk about it next month when I get here.
Well, we're just going to tell you, I always say have your calendars out when you're watching Rise and Shine because we have
Absolutely.
so many things coming up. But do put down Monday, September 23rd from 5 to 7 at the Rocky Mount Farmers Market.
That's right.
See, you got me on that one.
Yeah.
And we'll tell you more about that in the weeks to come.
Yes,
But we
ma'am.
just want you to put that on your calendar.
All right. So
Another fun night out.
another fun night. Yeah, there's a bunch, that we're part of, and, we're looking forward to it. Senior Expos next month, too. I'll get that flyer
Yes,
to you.
I'll be there.
Yes, ma'am. And that's another. I could sit here and pick my brain all morning and go, hey, so is this, so is that. Hey, this is coming up too. So we got a lot of things that are happening in the town of Rocky Mount, of course, and a lot of organizations put on great events that we're part of. So
And it's getting people to know about these nonprofit organizations
That's
that
right.
they don't know are out there to help them if they need the help. And like you're talking about the Senior Expo at the Essex Center,
Yes.
yes, I will be there representing the Rocky Mountain Lions Club.
Well, Chief Young will be there with his golf cart, giving folks some rides from the car, and yeah, so it's going to
Okay.
be fantastic. We always look forward to that event. There's a lot of people that show up, and if you haven't been to the Senior Expo at the Essex Center, it's boy, you're missing out. And so.
We always get, last year's the first year I got to do it. I took a day of vacation. This year I don't have to. I'm free.
Yeah,
I'm
that's right.
free this year. But we gave out candy and reader glasses
Okay.
and little sticky notepads, which I'll do again this year.
Mm-hmm.
And then we are also always looking for new members to the Rocky Mountain Lions Club.
Yep.
We've changed our meeting date. I think I've mentioned this before, second Thursday in the month.
Okay.
Well, we had a young man that wanted to join, and we need young blood in this club. Because we're
Absolutely.
not these old folks aren't going to last forever. So we changed our meeting date, and we do meet at Jose's at 6 o'clock
Okay.
on the second Thursday in the month.
Yeah, that's good.
So we'll just throw that out there if you would like to come and join us and see what Lions are all about. Some people say they don't know what the Lions Club is,
Right.
but we're here to tell you. We'll be telling you more about that in the weeks to come. But more when I get ready for our meeting.
That's right.
Well, listen, thank you, Ryan, for
Yeah.
coming this morning.
Well, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Love coming on the show and speaking to our community. So.
And you know, I hear feedback where they love having and seeing you on here.
Well, yeah, I get the feedback too from folks. You know, a lot of folks watch Cable 12 to get all their information, especially locally. So you do a great job.
And we are on TV again this afternoon at 2:30
Yeah.
and again at 5 o'clock. Some of my ladies at the beauty parlor just don't want to get up at 7 o'clock and watch the show.
That's right.
But they do catch us in the afternoon.
That's right.
And that's great. And I love it when I'm out and people will say, oh, I saw you on the show. I'll never forget. I was in this first time this happened. I've been doing this now a little over 2 years. But I was in Walmart and this lady was just smiling at me. And I'm like, I don't know her.
Yeah.
So she came on out. I was standing waiting for my boyfriend to go get me one of those little motorized carts. And she said, I watch your show all the time. Well, it just tickles me pink
Right.
for somebody to tell me that they watch the show and they're enjoying it. That's great.
That's great.
Because I say, well, you know, I think you and I talked about last time you were here, how to cut a peach.
Yeah.
Remember that?
That's
I
right.
said, you never know what you're going to learn on here.
That's exactly right.
Might be good, might be bad. Well, again, thanks again for
Yes,
coming,
ma'am.
Ryan. And we're
Yep.
going to take a break. And we're going to come back and I'll have some announcements for you. I have a second guest coming. He hasn't arrived yet. But just as soon as we come back, we have another guest. So stay with us and see who that is. It's a surprise. Hasn't been on my show before. So stay with us, fill up your coffee cup, and we'll be right back. welcome back to Rise and Shine. We are having another guest with us this morning that's going to tell us about something exciting coming up in a couple of weeks. And we want you to put this on your calendar so you won't forget. I'm going to let him introduce himself. I always do that because I'm always afraid I'll say somebody's name wrong. But anyway, we're going to let him introduce himself. Then we're going to talk about these exciting things that are coming up.
Well, good morning, Ms. Gordon. Thank you for the opportunity to come to Cable 12. It's exciting to be here.
Well, we are just thrilled that you wanted to come
Yeah.
and tell us. We are so, I mean, I love the band.
Mhm.
This is about the Franklin County High School Band, and I love the band. My sister was a majorette. My children played in the concert band when they were in high school. So I love the band. So we got some things coming up that we want to support for the Franklin County High School Band. So tell us what's coming up.
Well, so first off, my name is Wade Dunford, and I'm the fundraising chairman for the Franklin County High School Band Boosters.
Okay.
So I'm here representing the Band Boosters, and the Band Boosters, as the name indicates, we are here to boost everything to support all of the activities of the Franklin County High School Band. And there are a lot of those. You know, the band is starts off in the fall. You see the marching band out on the football field. There's also competitions that the marching band attends throughout the fall semester. Meanwhile, there's concert band going on. Throughout the year, there's a jazz band, symphonic band. There is indoor drumline. There's winter guard. There's a multitude of activities that the band does throughout the year. And as you may guess, those things cost money.
Yes, they do.
So it's very important for us as the band boosters to fundraise, to raise money. So that's one of my key tasks with the band boosters. And so I really appreciate the opportunity to come here and to be able to talk about some of those things.
We are so glad that you're here and to let people know because, you know, and I say if there's something going on in Franklin County, let me know so I can let everybody know. But sometimes I'll see a sign of something that's happened and I'm like, I didn't know about that. But we don't have any excuse now. We're gonna know about these pancakes that's coming up.
Right. So, well, first I'll put in a little plug too. So we are on social media and we're on the internet. So if you would like to learn more about the band's activities, learn about what the band does, who the band director is, Mr. Adam Singer and his staff, and that kind of thing, you can go to franklincountyband.org. That's our website.
No, that's all one word, no spaces.
All one word.
franklincountyband.org.
.org.
Okay.
And go to the website. And on the website, it's fairly intuitive, but there are some tabs. You can click on the calendar to see what the band has coming up. As far as competitions, football games, concerts, other events like that. Even our fundraising activities are listed on there throughout the year. You can also go to our volunteer tab, which volunteering to support the band is a big deal. I don't know if you knew, but the concession stands that are run throughout the year for all of the sporting events, those are a fundraising, an income generator for the band. So, and we're very excited this year and last year that our platinum sponsor is Bojangles, and we even serve Bojangles items in concession stand.
All
concession stand
right.
now.
Okay.
So we're happy about that partnership, and we're happy to be able to sell Bojangles items. But also on our website is a donate and sponsor tab, and it takes you to how you can support the band financially or by attending our fundraisers and things of that nature. So please check out our website, and on the home page of our website is our link to our Facebook page. Another great way to keep in touch with the band. So like us on Facebook and stay in tune with what the band has going on. So what you were alluding to is what we have coming up here soon is our Applebee's breakfast fundraiser.
Right.
It's on Saturday, August 31st at the Applebee's in Rocky Mount. And we're really excited to team up with Applebee's for a second year in a row. The manager there, Rohan Phillips, has been great. And so we'd like to see you there from 7 to 10 on Saturday, August 31st. An exciting announcement with that. A new thing this week is that Cruisin' Rocky Mount is going to be joining us there for that breakfast. So expect to see some classic cars in the parking lot. Come have breakfast and support the band. So the band will also be, band students will be serving food that morning. And also we'll have members of the marching band will be playing pep tunes. inside the restaurant and outside to draw your attention to get you to come. So it's going to be a lot of excitement. We're really looking forward to that. We had great luck with it last year, and with everyone's support, it'll be the same this year.
Well, let's tell them what they can get for their money and how much it's going to cost. I'm always into who, where, when, what.
Absolutely.
So-
So like I said, it is at the Applebee's in Rocky Mount from 7 to 10 a.m. And the price for adults is $14, and kids 10 and under are $7. So that includes pancakes with warm butter, warm syrup, scrambled eggs, sausage links, and then your choice of coffee or orange juice or soda to drink. And it's going to be served to you by our wonderful band kids. And we're happy to report that 50% of all of the profits that morning go to the band, and 100% of the tips, wink, wink, tip good, 100% of the tips go to the band as well.
Wonderful. Well, you know, if you're not going to be around and you want to help support the band, you can always make a monetary donation. So we're not going to be in town that weekend, but I have a check for $25 here that I'm going to give you. You just fill out who it's to. I wasn't sure who to make it to.
Absolutely.
No, not you, okay? But if you can't make it to the pancake breakfast, they're willing to take a
Well,
cash
thank you.
donation. Sure. And like I said, we're not going to be here, but that's a deal. Because I know we went out for breakfast and it was a deal on the breakfast. Then the cup of coffee was $3. So I bumped it up to a little more. So for $14, you're getting pancakes with butter and warm syrup, scrambled eggs, and sausage links, and your drink. And that is
And
a deal.
entertainment while you're there.
Right, entertainment. So be sure the tips, and these kids will tickle them to death. I always tip. I mean, I always tip according to the service that I get. But if you go to this breakfast, be sure and tip these kids. It will make their day. At least $5 donation or more.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, I've talked to you a little bit about what we're doing and how we're going to do it. But the big thing is why we're doing it, right? So
Right.
we're doing it because of our young people, of our kids. And that's why we as the band boosters exist, ultimately, is to support our kids and to support the band. It's all about also supporting music and instrumental music in our schools, which is very important, and all of the benefits of our young people being exposed to music. And also it benefits our community, right? Because, I like to think about, just for example, a Friday night football game and the memories that we all have of going to football games on Friday night back in our younger years and even now as adults. And, they even make shows about it. That's how cool it is. Friday Night Lights and things like that. And all of the movies that are about Friday night football. And think about the experience that is with football and the football team and the cheerleaders and the stands and the fans up in the stands, but then also the band and how great it is to have those pep tunes playing and the halftime show and all that, and eating hot dogs and Bojangles, chicken strips out of concessions and things like that. So, it's really about the experience. It's about our community, it's about our school, but ultimately it's about our children.
Well, let me tell you, when you were talking about the football game, let me just throw this in. Back when they built that field, they didn't have the money to put the lights up. So the Rocky Mountain Lions Club men that we used to have a lot of members in, they signed notes, borrowed the money to put those lights up on that field. Then as the receipts came in at the gate, they repaid the Lions Club members so they could pay the loan off.
How about
So
that?
that's how the lights got up there.
I love hearing stories like that.
Well, that's an old one, and I'd like to keep that going because I like people to know that the Rocky Mountain Lions Club, and we are always, like you are always needing members for your booster club. We're always looking for young people to join the Lions Club. So
Well,
I'll throw that out there.
Well, if you don't mind, I'm going to pitch a couple other things that we have going
Sure.
on. So we've talked about the Applebee's breakfast fundraiser on August 31st. That's a Saturday morning. But all summer long, we've had a fundraiser going on with the Ultimate Shine Car Wash right there in Rocky Mount. But as you may know, the Ultimate Shine Car Wash has locations in Roanoke and Salem, and even throughout other states as far as Tennessee. And all of those locations are participating in our fundraising car wash. So it started back on June 1st, and it runs through August 31st. So it ends on the day of the breakfast fundraiser. And
And you're right there.
If you know, Applebee's and the Ultimate Shine Car Wash are right next door to one another. So come out for breakfast, check out Cruisin' Rocky Mount, listen to some great music, have some great food for breakfast, and then on the way out of the parking lot, just scoot over there and get your car shined up, and it supports the band. So you may have seen our flyer, and I know that Ms. Gordon is advertising for us for that as well. There's a code on there that's important. It's a fundraiser code that links you to the band, and our code is 3091, and they'll help you out. But if you put that in at the kiosk at Ultimate Shine Car Wash, then 30% of that sale goes to the band. No additional expense to you. It's their generosity donating to the band. So we're really excited about that.
You know, I'm going to ask them. I do have the deal that you pay so much each month and it goes automatically. I'm going to ask them if there's any way that we can, put that code in so they will get credit.
Yeah.
For people that have, so I see a lot of people that do what I do, just drive on through because you have a sticker on your car.
Mhm.
I'm going to inquire to see if there's a way that we can put this code in to give them credit.
Yeah, that is one thing that if you have the plan, if you're on one of their car washing plans, that fundraising option doesn't work as far as entering the code. It's only for individual washes and individual services. But I would love for someone to inquire to maybe put some pressure on them to change that for next time, because it's been a great fundraiser for us. We're really excited to be teamed up with Ultimate Shine Car Wash for this.
Now, breakfast starts at 7, so when you come out, because car wash doesn't open until 8, so you'll have it be full of pancakes and sausage, and just zip right on through. You just come and take a kind of like a left-hand turn and go right into the car wash. So have no excuse to come out of there with a empty stomach or a dirty car.
That's right. That's right. Nothing makes you feel better than a full stomach and a clean car.
There you go. Well, it does make you feel better if you know your car's clean.
That's right.
And they even have free vacuums. So, and I am anxious to go there sometime with my friends with me and do my mats, because you can run your mats through a cleaner too. And to look down and see no dirt in your floor of your car and your mats are clean, and that's free vacuuming, free getting your, they even have
they have
rags there.
Windex and stuff to clean your, and rags to dry your car off.
Yep. So run on through the car wash, even that day especially, and because it's going to end on the 31st, but we've got a few days. We got 10 days.
We've got beautiful weather. You can't have a beautiful weather without having a clean car. So take your car over there today, get it washed. But anytime through now on the 31st.
Well, if you ever want it to rain, let me know and I'll go wash my car, because it usually does. That's okay. And anyway, the dirt's off of it. Well, you have another little thing we're promoting too. I see it on your shirt.
Absolutely. Yeah. So like I said, as the fundraising chairman, we're looking at all the different ways to fundraise for the band, because instrumental music, the band, it is expensive. Instruments are expensive. The uniforms that the band wear are expensive. The activities going to and fro and all of the events are expensive. And so we do our best to raise money to offset some of those expenses.
Now, does the Booster Club, when you all travel, like for the football games, I know it's dinner time, do you all help with that, or are the kids on their own?
No, we oftentimes, the boosters are providing meals, and then even donations from area businesses. So we just had 2 weeks of band camp this summer, and we had some great businesses support by donating food for band camp. So we get a lot of, sometimes it's not all about cash donations, it's about in-kind donations, in this case, food and drinks and things like that, that really help us offset our expenses. So what I also want to talk about is our Screaming Eagles Club. So the Screaming Eagles Club, this is our 2nd year of the Screaming Eagles Club. The intent of the Screaming Eagles Club is we seek sponsorships from area businesses to support the band. And we're very fortunate here in Franklin County because we're a one high school county. So we have a captive audience. We're not competing with another school as far as another high school and that kind of thing. So, but we're appealing to area businesses to sponsor the band. So we kicked off this year's campaign in June, and it's will be accepting sponsorships throughout the entire school year. But we've really been hitting it hard here at the beginning of throughout the summer, so that we can start off the year on the right foot for the band. So there's different levels that you can sponsor the band at, and I'm sure you'll have this posted so that everyone can look at all the details. If you go to our website that I mentioned before, franklincountyband.org, under the Donate Fundraise tab, there's all the information about the Screaming Eagles Club, where we're looking for businesses to sponsor us at different levels, anywhere from $50 and higher. Our platinum level is $5,000 or more, but you can become a member of the Screaming Eagles Club, your business, for as little as $50. And then the benefit there is that we're going to advertise for you on all of our social media, on our website, on all of our programs for our concerts and things of that nature. And then as you go up in level, there's increased benefits for a sponsorship. For example, we'd love to put your company logo on our band trailer. And we've had quite a few new additions for this year. So we're going to have some decals made up here at the end of the week for our band trailer. Friday night, I mentioned Friday Night Football. Wouldn't you love to have your company's name mentioned in an announcement during the Friday Night Football game to advertise for your company? So there's different things that we do to benefit our sponsors. So if you're interested in a sponsorship, you can go to the website to that fundraise donate tab. You can get in touch with me. My email address is fundraising@franklincountyband.org. And we can even post this flyer on your site here. So my phone number and all that other stuff is on there.
Okay. Was something ran through my head when you were talking about that, and this, like I was saying before, this show will show again this afternoon at 2:30, again at 5 o'clock. Then if you go to Facebook and you click on the magnifying glass and you type in cable space 12, Rise and Shine will pop up. And then you can pull the show up. Again, you can tell people in the band and go look at it. We love to see how many viewers we've had that's gone and looked at it on Facebook. And I found something the other day when I was messing around on my computer that if you put cable 12 in, the email pops up and you can even pull it up in email. I did not know that, but I do know that now. But this will, play again and people will be able to see it. And I will be announcing this for you Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
Well, thank you very much.
Well, I'm so glad that I can be of help.
And we like I said, we've already exceeded the number of sponsors that we had for the entirety of last year. We already have more than that this year. So we really appreciate the support of our community and especially the local businesses that are supporting us. Thank you for that. And be looking for your company logo on our social media and on our website as we advertise for your business, and then accordingly for whatever level they came in at.
And that's so good when people sees that logo and know that you are supporting the band. And if you've never heard this band play, you have missed a treat. I went to the evening with Franklin County High School band was it spring, at the Harvester, and they were absolutely wonderful. And you can tell when somebody loves what they do. And these kids love playing music. You could just tell. It wasn't somebody up there like, no, man, they were into it.
Absolutely.
And it was so gratifying to me to see those kids up there really into what they were doing. And the music was absolutely wonderful. There was a bunch of my girlfriends and I got together and came to see that.
Well, thanks for mentioning that, because that's going to be the capstone event for the band again this year, as it was this past school year. And she's talking about our event called Evening with the Eagles, and it's held at the Harvester Performance Center, which is a wonderful venue to have a place of that caliber, a performance center of that caliber right here in Rocky Mount is amazing. It was
packed too.
We had a wonderful crowd. You can mark your calendar for that for April 9th. I believe that's a Wednesday. More details coming forward as far as time and things like we've done. This past year, we linked up with Rocky Mount Burger Company for a pre-dinner over there that benefited the band and so
we
forth.
did that too. We went
But
there for dinner.
the Evening with the Eagles at the Harvester Performance Center is going to be wonderful. And it's we also we had a lot of raffles there. Local businesses donated items that we raffled off. It was a great fundraiser for the band. Leading up to that, some other things that we do here this fall for the entire month of October, we're running a fundraiser, And the students you're gonna see something that looks like this. It's called our Pick a Date fundraiser, and it's based off of a calendar, and where you can donate to the band based off the date on the calendar. So if you chose the 7th, that would equate to $7 and things of that nature. So more details coming out on this as we get closer.
We'll have you back to talk about that closer if
That'd be
you'd like
great.
to come back.
Yeah, so the difference between this and the Screaming Eagles Club. So the Screaming Eagles Club is focusing on businesses,
Mhm.
whereas our fundraiser in October, our Pick a Date fundraiser, calendar fundraiser, is going to focus on families and friends and colleagues, so individuals, for the individuals to have an opportunity to donate. So we have that coming up. Also, we in March, so looking ahead to March the 15th, where we have a bowling fundraiser, and that's at the Rocky Mount Bowling Center. And we had a great event there this past March, and we want to do it again, and we're looking forward to that. We're already scheduled for that. And that was a great opportunity to fill up the lanes there and to fundraise, and we also had raffles there. So put the bowling fundraiser on your calendar. And another spring fundraiser we have is at our spring concert. And because it's spring, we're thinking new growth and flowers, and Walter's Greenhouse teams up with us for a spring flower fundraiser that was a huge hit, where you come and you hear the kids play for their spring concert, and then the stage is adorned with all different kinds of spring potted plants and flowers, and then those are for sale for a fundraiser right after the
That's
event.
cool. That is really cool.
So
I love plants too.
we have a lot going on, and so we'll continue to come on here and remind everybody
I
about these
love
upcoming
it. You
events.
just let me know when and I'll work it out. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Dunford, for coming on this morning. We appreciate you taking your time and letting you all know what's going on. We're going to take a short break. I've got more announcements of things coming up, so stay with us just a little bit longer. We'll be right back. All right. Well, we have a few announcements for you of things that are coming up this weekend. Starting on Thursday, August the 22nd, the Nonsense play by Don Goggin will be playing at the Blue Ridge Center Theater at Ferrum College. Now, on Thursday, they will have a lunch at 12:30. The show is at 2 p.m. Friday, August 23rd, there will be no buffet meal, but they encourage you to go to the fish fry. And I'm going to critique that because I went this past Friday, and let me tell you about that. Then the show will be at 7 o'clock on Friday night. Fish fry is open from 4:30 until 8. So you've got plenty of time to go to the fish fry and then go over to the play. If you're going just to the play, it's just $10, okay? Saturday night, the dinner will be at 5:30. The show is at 7. And on Sunday, August 25th, lunch is at 12:30. Show is at 2 p.m. So if you go into church, you got plenty of time to get there. It's a buffet meal. Come right on. They will serve you. Like I said, lunch starts at 12:30, but come right on. They will still serve you. And the play is at 2 p.m. Adults with the dinner is $30. 12 and under with dinner is $17. Adults show only is $10. 12 and under show only is $7. A Ferrum College ID show only is free. And a Ferrum ID, your dinner is $20. They haven't employed me yet, but I'm working on that. I'm just kidding. But anyway, the girls were on, the sisters were on last Friday. And if you don't know what Nonsense is about, there was a convent, I guess you would call it, and the lady that was cooking, Sister, I think it was Julia, it wasn't Julia Giles, she made some vichyssoise, and all but 4 of the nuns died from eating this. I guess it was like botulism. So these 4 nuns that were left, maybe 4 or 5, I'm not sure which, they're doing a fundraiser to try to earn funds to bury the last 4 nuns because nobody claimed them. So we had Emily and TJ on this past week. TJ sings beautifully. She is from the land of kangaroos, and I never can remember that. It's not, or yeah. No, well, anyway, she has a beautiful voice, and so they came last Friday and gave us an excerpt from the play. So it's always great food, and it's always a great play. So get your tickets. Don't be disappointed and wait, because some of these performances sell out, especially on Saturday night. So you want to get online. You can, let's see. Okay. They say the best way to do this, and this will be in the Sale Theater, the 3rd floor in Schofield Hall. It is handicapped accessible. There are elevators to take you to the 3rd floor. Please call 540-365-4355. And that's the best way right now to get your tickets so you won't be disappointed. Coming up also on Saturday is the health fair at the Franklin Heights Church from 10 to 1 p.m. It's at 110 Hilltop Drive, Rocky Mount. You're going to have free screenings and health information, including blood pressure checks, skin cancer screening, pharmacy information. Now, they will not be writing prescriptions, but they will be telling you maybe what medicine you need. I'm not sure how that's going to work. Vision screening and reading glasses. They do have, I've got to help them with that. Dental health screenings, dental. They're going to have a big van. You can get your teeth cleaned. You might have a tooth pulled. You could have a filling done. And the hours of this is from 10 to 1 p.m. on the 24th at Franklin County. It's the 7th annual Franklin County Community Health Fair, and it's going to be at the Franklin Heights Church. They're going to have osteopathic manipulation, women's health education, and Medicaid sign-up information. Childcare is provided, and they will have Spanish interpreters there if you do not speak English. So coming up, and we'll be telling you more on Friday, reminding you of that. That's going to happen on Saturday. Now, fish fry started back up this past Friday, and it was delicious. We went up. I wanted to go critique it for you and to let you know how it was. I had the codfish, and I had scalloped potatoes with delicious, and greens, and chicken Alfredo. Then they have a station set up for hamburgers now. If you would rather have a hamburger with less tomato, mayonnaise, they've got that. You know, all college students, well, even me, love hamburgers. So you could have gotten a hamburger. Now, it's your fish or meat, whatever, your sides, your salad, your dessert, and your drink for $12 plus tax. You can't beat that price anywhere. Then over on the other side, they have 2 sides serving. it was the pizza, and then they had chicken stuffed in something with couscous. And Dr. Martin was sitting with me, and she said it was absolutely delicious. So you have a choice of many things, and hey, you can go back and get some more if you want it. But trust me, it was delicious. So they have a new caterer. It's the Metz family, and it was delicious. This is every Friday night from 4:30 until 8 p.m. It's till 8 p.m. when the students are there. So go up, and they love to see the people in the community come and take advantage of that because it is delicious. All right, let's see what else we got coming up. All right, we had Mr. Dumford on telling us about the pancake breakfast. Put that on your calendar for August the 31st, 7 to 10 p.m. Then when you leave, the car wash will be open. If you go in through there and wash your car, if you don't have one of those monthly, like if you pay monthly, but if you're just going to get your car washed, when it will be a fundraiser code 3091. Maybe they'll put a little sign out there that day to tell you what the code is, so that they will be making the band would be making 30% of whatever you spend on getting your car washed. So we would love for you to support our band also. We got so many great things going on right here in Franklin County, and there is going to be, I got so many notes here. One of these days I might get organized since I am retired. All right, there is going to be and I wrote it on the back of one of these pieces of paper. Well, I'll tell you more about it on Friday. It's coming up on September the 2nd, I do believe, is the first day of the community Bible study. It's also at Franklin Heights, and it is going to be studying the book of Matthew. And here we go. It's from 10:30 to 12:30 it will start, I'm so sorry, it's September the 3rd. And it will have childcare for ages 0 to 12. This is on a Tuesday. It's non-denominational. It will run for 30 weeks. And they're very grateful to Franklin Heights Church for letting them meet there. And I have some other dates of other places this is going to take place also. I'll have that for you on Friday. All right, coming up on August the 23rd, join us at the Estate Recreation Center and take your chances at winning awesome prizes as we play 15 games of bingo. Only $2 per sheet, so bring the entire family, enjoy this family night. The doors will open at 5:30, so that is coming up this coming Friday. Lots of things going on. Then, put on your calendar, September the 6th will be the movie at Callaway Elementary School. The movie will be Wonka. It starts at 7:30 p.m. Bring a chair, blanket, light source, snacks and drinks will be for sale. And in case of inclement weather, which sometimes that does happen, it will be moved to the Essex Center. So that is wonderful. It was something else that I had. Well, I guess the bingo night and the movie. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate you staying with us. Like I always say, have your calendar out, because sometimes we'll tell you things that are coming up that you don't want to miss. And you can write that on your calendar. If I didn't have my calendar, I don't know what I would do. Even though I'm retired now, I got so many things going on, it's not funny. So thanks again for joining us. We will be here on Friday. We'll have the ladies from the Stepping Stone Mission to tell you about their fundraisers that is coming up in September. So I'm going to save that and let them tell you about that on Friday. So join us again Friday morning on Rise and Shine. We'll be glad to see you.